We've had a big day of work today. I can't see. Let me get behind the sun. Been doing some cleaning up animal pens. So I wanted to give an update on some stuff. My raised beds, the lighting's not too well right now for it, but they're starting to come along. I have little carrot blooms. But the other raised bed that we were testing out the high tunnel on, I have no sprouts at all. So I can't keep it damp in there at all, and I don't know why. It dries so fast. Here's an update on our greenhouse. We've had to make sure that we rotate things around because we had things that were getting leggy. But our basil has finally sprouted. Our rosemary is doing good. Our romaine, the bottom of it's growing like crazy. This is onions. And hang on, let me see if I can get in on the sprouts. They're teeny tiny. There's some itty bitty. Eensy weensy. My fig trees, one of them is doing pretty good. The other one is not. So if anybody has any suggestions on this situation, we would greatly be up for that. It's my zinnias. They've grown quite well. These are the spoon tomatoes, and they've finally sprouted. These are little gem lettuces, and these are micro tomato plants. And then here is that type of collared spinach hybrid that we got from Baker's Creek. Our greenhouse test broccoli. The fan seems to be working pretty well. Hey honey, say hi. We got our thermometer and humidity gauge in here floating in the wind. We have another greenhouse on its way in, a bigger one. This one is a 10 by 12, and the one we're getting is a 10 by 20. And George kind of cleared up the ground here and transplanted the grass, what grass was here, over in front of my other one. So I have grass.
We're leaving a slope so we can do the wood chips for the heat, and the water will drain off the floor and not mildew on the chips.
Here, we got this chicken coop cleaned up today. And they've been playing in some hay. And we cleaned up on this coop today, and George took the tiller around in there because the ground was like hard soil. I have the rabbits. They're all cleaned up, but they're across the property. We had a tall patch of grass, so we thought we'd put them on that instead of moving them around the same spot with a little grass. George psst me and told me to point to the flag. This thing has been contrary all day. You try to take a picture of it, it quits floating in the wind. If you turn your back, it floats in the wind just fine. Some small gourds I got harvest. You can see these on the end over here are curing off really well. These are about 3/4 of the way, but I've had more respawn in there growing. I was going to rip all this out and get it taken down, and then the whole plant just started up over again. Jeremiah helped me get trellised up some peas. My peas were flopping on the ground. We still have another row of peas along here that we got to get trellised up, but George is going to help me with those. We did harvest our first turnip, just one, today, which resulted in me getting a bee sting on my elbow. But where these two posts are, marked 2 new rows, the one on this side is onions and shallots. I planted bulbs here. Over in the other garden over here, I planted from seed, and they're teeny tiny still. But over here, I planted bulbs, and I have 25 sweet onions and 5 shallots, but I hope to get more. And then in the row on this side, I planted garlic, and I got 45 cloves of garlic planted. And these are our delicatas. This is our first time growing them. They seem to be doing well. And if you look in here, we even have some little squashes. And then over here near the garden, we have our little mobile chicken pen with our babies in it. It's real easy for George to move. And he moved it a little bit the first time and a lot this time because he had the boys to help, so it was a lot easier to move. But all this is coming up is fodder from the feed that the chicken isn't eating. The barley is growing. Let me see if I can. It's Mama and her babies. I think she's clueless to the fact that some of them are adopted. And we've got 2 new trees in. They're both apples. This one is where's my finger? This one is a Macintosh. And this one is, what was this one? A golden.
This is a yellow deluxe delicious apple.
Yellow delicious. That one's a Macintosh bud.
Yeah.
Our pear trees, all the leaves, or peach trees, all the leaves and stuff have fallen off of them. I wonder if we can catch any fish on camera. We still have a lot more work to go on the pond, but it's looking pretty good. Oh, right there was a fish.
Oh, there's one.
Yeah, be still. They won't come back up if you're not still. Actually, there's one right there. You can see a little goldfish.
We
Right
can see a whole lot.
there.
We can see a whole lot, Mom.
Yep, there's a few of them there.
There's some down here.
Yeah, they're a little skittish. I'd like to try to catch our big one on... Woo, I almost fell in. I'd like to try to catch our big one on camera, but I doubt that happens because we hardly ever see it ourselves.
We hardly ever see them now because
I have hopes. Oops. I have hopes one day this will be super spectacular. We have this petrified wood here. It's very pretty. A pretty waterfall. George weeded out through my blackberry bushes today, so those look nice. I have a couple tomato plants in there, but only one of them is still surviving and it's not doing well, but it was a volunteer, so I'm not that worried about it. This spool right here is one of our new composters. And here's Goat's little playground. He's got himself wound up in right now, enjoying some hay. And we've done some yard cleanup, some today. We have more to go, but it's a lot better than what it was. We had stuff drug out from projects and all kinds of stuff, so we worked on getting that picked up. Right back there up against the house is where the rabbits are at the moment. Miss Bonnie, you want to come say hi? Come say hi, Bonnie. This is our sweet baby. She's doing lovely. She's so happy. And I have one more thing that I want to show y'all today. This is my new produce stand. I've got to figure out how to secure my dry erase board to it because it keeps falling off. But this is it. And I've got a cooler there for leafy greens. I've got some hens and chicks on there, and some different kinds of peppers and gourds. But this is our new thing. We're still working on it, but I'm very, very happy with it. My husband did very good.
And sons.
And sons, yes. And I guess that's all I have to show you for today. We'll see you again another day.
Tomorrow.
Like and follow us. Hit that subscribe button.